Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday, which means tomorrow we have Hot Messy Topics, which is one of my favorite days of the week, especially when Jason and I get into the mojo. I actually was so grateful and thank you to all of you who DM'd me, sent us great comments, but so many people loved Friday's Hot Messy Topics. So if you didn't go watch it, then definitely go be a part of the replay crew. Our banter was spot on. And a lot of people ask me sometimes like, Adam, why don't you collaborate with other people? One, I just want to remind you guys, it's the holiday season. People are traveling. But two, there's nobody better to do it with than your own little like built-in best friend. So yeah, with that, we have some Beverly Hills to talk about. So smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's jump right in. All right, guys, I don't even know where to start. I feel like there are so many things, but of course, listening to Crystal Kung Minkoff talk about on her podcast with Cynthia Bailey, The Humble Brag, talk about her BravoCon experience and how the Beverly Hills women decide to sort of take themselves out of the loop of the rest of the Bravo celebrities. I was like, how Real Housewives of Beverly Hills can you be? But wait, take a listen for yourself.
Because I notice it comes up a lot about the Beverly Hills ladies in terms of being nice and friendly with the other franchises. Is that like as someone who was a part of the cast for a while, do you feel like that's really a thing?
That
like,
we're friendly?
Beverly Hills thing? Like
that we're friendly or not friendly?
Well, just like mingle with the other housewives or just kind of like a little more standoffish.
Okay.
Like you stay in your own little clique and you don't like spread yourself around too much.
So
social gatherings with other housewives.
I normally I always ask you the questions. So here we are.
You will not be asking all the questions today, Barbara Walters.
Okay. So Oprah. Or more like Jerry Springer at this point. So I'm gonna.
You feel like because I notice it comes up a lot about.
So I'm gonna give a little tea. Yeah. So I'm not gonna say who. So obviously I was on for 3 years, so it could be a plethora or one person.
Yeah, it could be anybody.
I was told my first BravoCon that we are Beverly Hills and we keep to ourselves as a group.
Weird.
Yeah, there's definitely that was told to me when we got there. Okay. So I remember feeling very isolated. Like I was, and I think that's that feeling of standoffish. So I don't know whoever's doing that was like me, where you're like following directions.
Yeah.
Or the people who were doing it were like the leaders of that. And of course, if they're going to come for me, whoever's like, we never said it was one person to me, but it was.
Is that person still on the show?
Oh, girl, you better stop it, Jerry. So I'm Jerry, you better stop it, Jerry Anna. But it was, you're so happy.
I love putting you in the hot seat. I'm not going to be.
I gotta run. So no, it was definitely like, it was never said like, oh, it was very quick. It wasn't like, oh, we're better than it. It's like, you know what? Like we just kind of do our thing. Like our show is like our thing. I'm like, okay. And I think that's why I didn't get like mingle as much in the beginning. And then as I got to know people, I actually really just liked, spending, I like a lot of people around me. So I hated being alone.
A bunch of different housewives from different franchises.
Yeah. Like now.
Yeah.
Because I allowed myself to now, because I always felt like, like we do, like Beverly Hills was a thing. Like if you notice, like no one does cameo in Beverly Hills. Right? Jerry. Right?
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah. So.
What's wrong with cameo? I love cameo. I actually have one due in 2 days that I need to knock out after this podcast. Actually.
Yes, I wanted to do it, but then I was like, okay. So it was just sort of like those, and this is when I was there a couple of years ago, but like, I was just like, you know, this is what, like, we don't do that. I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go. That's going to be clickbait. I'm going to die, but that's fine. It's true. It is what it is. I'm not making it up.
Well, I mean, maybe, y'all don't need any little extra money.
I do. I want it. I sit there every day. Like, you know, someone Venmo me $1.
Well, no, you should get on. Like, have you thought about getting on there now?
Yeah, no, I don't really. I mean, like, I think it's just like, it's not as relevant for me to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
right. I disagree with that. I think just because you're not on the show doesn't mean that you're not relevant. And I know it feels like when.
Right.
Okay. So let me just say this really quick. Going into what they're saying, the fact that Crystal Kung Minkoff is really just solidifying the idea that the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, that they do separate themselves at BravoCon. If you go through Squash That Beef, BravoCon, the interviews, who was the rudest Bravo celebrity, they always attribute it to somebody from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or somebody from the Real Housewives of New York. It's either Ramona, Luann, or somebody from Beverly Hills. Kyle, Erica, Dorit. Yeah, Kyle, Erica, Dorit. I don't know if there's another one. But they always get the rudest. Unless it's like Kathy Hilton, then everybody loves her. Nobody's like sitting there trying to clown her at all. But yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
It feels like when you're not on the show, you feel like, oh my God, well, you know, who am I now? Like you feel like you don't know what your identity is anymore because the show becomes such a big part of your life. But you are very relevant. Like I said, every time I turned around, I was like, where's Crystal? Is Crystal coming? Where's Crystal? Crystal. Like people ask about your ass all the time. Do not let being on the show define you in any way, because it really doesn't. It really doesn't. You have tons of fans, child. They talk about those ugly leather pants that were over, but they wouldn't have had those pants over there if you weren't relevant. Okay. They don't ask for everybody's stuff. They don't. So you know, no matter how long you were on the show, it feels like when you're not on the show, you feel like, oh my God, well, you know, who am I now? Like you feel like you don't know what your identity is anymore because the show becomes such a big part of your life. But you are very relevant. Like I said, every time I turned around, I was like, where's Crystal? Is Crystal coming? Where's Crystal? Crystal. Like people ask about your ass all the time. Do not let being on the show define you in any way, because it really doesn't. It really doesn't. You have tons of fans, child. They talk about those.
Okay. Well, I think that Cynthia is giving her sound advice, but two, I do think that it changes once you get off the show. Like it sort of is like a demise of that public figure status that you had when your show was currently airing and you were a current castmate. However, at the end of the day, the fact that she's sharing this about BravoCon, like, no, that's not shocking. I want to hear what you guys think, guys. Pop off in the comment section. We are going live tomorrow for Hot Messy Topics. I love you guys, and we'll see you so very soon.